Why the Jaguar XF is so cheap? Is it worth to buy? If you stick with me, by the end of this video, you find out if it's worth to buy one or not. Hi, I'm Boris and this is Old School Garage. I'm on a second-hand car test right now. Is it worth to buy a Jaguar XF? Is it good to drive? Is it bad to drive? Why are they so cheap? I mean, they're pretty cars, isn't it? Coming up to 17 years old, these cars now, and you can pick one up for, I don't know, 1,500 quid, couple of grand, which is nothing really compared to the car. You got all the extras in there. It's a luxury car really from the era, and they are still a really good looking car. A quick walk around the car. So this is the 2.7 diesel TDV6. It's a Ford engine. Some people say it's reliable, some people say it's not. I mean, it's still a good looking car. On this model you got the 20-inch wheels, which makes it looks like quite nice. Apparently it's been taken back to SVR, so you got the SVR badges on it here. I mean, the size of the car, if we start from the back, that's the size of the boot, so you still got plenty of good space in this car. I think there's plenty of room in there. I took some suitcases in there and it felt really good in there. When we're going through the back, what you have to be taken in consideration, you see the room in the back. So if I get into the back, that's my seating position, and that's how much room I got. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. You got your space in here for your knees, but it's pretty cramped. It's not very good at all. I mean, the view from the back, it's lovely. It's still a nice dashboard on the car. It's mod cons. It looks lovely. You know, I mean, the interior, I think it's, apart from when you put the screen on, but it's pretty much ageless really. It's not as big car as you might imagine it is, because when you say it's a Jag, you think it's a big car. I mean, inside of it looks nice, seats is nice, heated and cooled seats. You still got the manual heating settings. You can use the radio manually and on the steering wheel as well. That's what you see from here. So you got the radio on, you got the climate control in here, you got audio, the climate control module, you can go auto, temperature sync, you can go dual AC off, AC on, which is, I think, really good. On the later models, these air vents are automatic, so they flip up and down. Steering wheel wise, that's what you see on the steering wheel. So it's basic stuff: source, volume up and down, and your cruise control. Electric windows in there, and seat settings. You got the electronic seat settings in there, obviously, because it's all electronic seats everywhere. On the middle of the dashboard, you got electronic handbrake, which is I hate personally. You got DSC, dynamic stability control, and you can put it into winter mode as well. 2 cup holders. There is another bigger cup holder in there where you can put a bottle, and also there is a storage unit down in here. Let's go for a quick drive. Visibility is quite good for a car. There's nothing wrong with that. Gearbox is smooth. They got ZF gearboxes, 6-speed automatic. It's not ever over revving, so it's a nice setup. I quite like it. And to be honest, I already done about 2,000-3,000 miles with this car, so I got a bit of experience with it now. And to drive it down in these A and B roads is lovely. 20-inch wheels on the car, 245 wide tires on it, so it's low profile, so you kind of feel it on the road, especially the road quality these days. When you're driving it, as out of experience now, the one thing I find sometimes irritating when you're driving and you got the flappy pedals. Occasionally, if you go through certain corners and you're touching accidentally the flappy pedal, it goes into manual mode, which is then it's pain in the neck, because you have to move the gear lever, the iDrive system, just to sport and back to drive, normal drive mode. And then it's fine again. So that's the one thing. It's occasionally, it's only happened a couple of times with me, so it's nothing major really. But to be honest, you're still driving. I mean, these cars came out in end of 2007, so it's 17-year-old technology. It's actually more than that because they're based on a Jaguar X type, and some of the instruments and the displays was exactly the same in the late S-type Jag. The engine is the same, the 2.7 TDV6 engine. That's the same engine in a Jag S-type, and they put that in an XJ as well. Driving wise, it's pretty good. I normally just drive it in D and not driving it much on sport mode, but you can go to sport mode and use the flappy pedals if you're more interested to do a sporty driving. Comfort wise, it's really comfortable. I mean, it's fully loaded, this car. You got a heated and cooled seats, dual aircon in this car. Actually, the sat-nav, for whatever reason, it doesn't work. It doesn't read the DVD in a boot because it's still that old system. You need to put a disc into the car. You got Bluetooth connectivity. In this one, you got iPhone connectivity as well. USB under here. So you got the USB connections, so you can charge your phone. It's a box standard CD player in this one, if you still got some old discs lying about. Speed-wise, I mean, it goes really well. If you... It's accelerate nice. Especially when you got slow-moving traffic in front of you. Driving-wise, if it's sporty, it's okay. It's quite a heavy car. The car is 1,900 kilos. I quite like the ambient lighting in the car. So when you drive it in the evenings, down here by the doors, you got this blue ambient lighting, which I think is brilliant. It's really, really, really good. Positives about the car: it's comfy. If you take it for a long drive, you ain't getting tired in there, that's for sure. That's absolutely positive. The seating position is really nice. But if you got a seating position like I do, nobody in the back is going to fit, unless if they are children, because there's not much room. It's about that much room in the back, which is a bit of a disappointing for compared to, like, this is a Jag, it's meant to be a big car. Negatives. Well, as you might know, JLR cars sometimes have problems. With this one, no exception really, because with this keyless entry, sometimes it's not really working. So sometimes these transmitters could play up, which could be a letdown as well. You have to be careful with that. And also sometimes the car asking for the key, so you got a little slot when you're putting the key into a slot, because it's not recognizing the transmitters. Not major problem, but could be pain in the backside, especially if you like to start the car. You get in it, you're pressing the start button on it, and the car won't start. That could be a bit pain in the backside. Apart from that, it's a lovely car. But it's cheap. You know, you can pick up an XF Jag nowadays for less than a couple of grand, which is nothing. This car is actually a high miler. 194,000 miles in this car. Along the service history, I've been told the gearbox has been changed once, had a gearbox issue. Apart from that, common problem with them around the thermostat housing, it cracks, which happened with this car as well, which is, you just rectify the problem and you're fine. You're driving the car, be on a country road, 50 miles an hour, smooth and really quiet, so it's lovely. Back to the negatives I found with the car, because you got this lovely leather top in here. When the sun's shining, I know it's rare in the UK, but when the sun's shining, it's blinding you. It's so shiny, it's unbelievable. And same as with this silver finish in here. That could be really annoying on that casual 2 days a year. The dials, when you have the lights on during the daytime, they coming up with this blue backlighting. You can't see anything on it. You can't see the numbers. You only see the kilometers an hour, not the miles an hour, because it comes up blue and the sun is on it. You can't see what numbers you're on, which is a bit weird for me, but never experienced that with previous cars I've driven. But that's it really. That's just living with the car, you know. It's just sharing the experience. So if you're interested to buying one, you always want to know the positives and the negatives. Would I think it's a good idea to buy one of these cars? Here is some cool looking t-shirt design. You can buy it on amazon.com, amazon.co.uk, and every purchase you make, you helping my channel growing. I leave the link in description. They prone to have engine problems. So the problem with the cars, your main bearing twisting around with the crankshaft. This could happen. So when you're buying a car, it's a good idea to make sure it's had a full service history, because without the service history, they might not change the oil regularly. And if they not change the oil regularly, it's causing the problem as well. Don't want to sound negative about the car, because I actually do like this car quite a lot. It drives lovely. It's lovely. I've been visiting around on motorway with it, B roads, A roads. On a B roads, it feels a bit big. So if you're used to slightly smaller cars, you need to get used to it. But that's all, you know. But if you're used to big cars, it's absolutely fine. It's same as any other big car. Visibility is good. Parking aid is good. Actually, front and back parking aid on it, and you got a reversing camera as well. So to sum it up, is it worth to buy one of these Jags or not? Personally, I think if you buy one, you need to make sure you're buying one with the right service history, and coming from somebody who looked after it, because I think service history is the most important thing. As you know, this car already have 194,000 miles in the clock, which is ridiculously much as you think, but this car is still working perfect. So would I buy one with my own money? Yes, I will, because I think it's a really comfortable car for less than a couple of grand. You can't get anything decent for less than a couple of grand. I know it's a Jag, I know it's going to go wrong, but every car is going to go wrong these days, so it doesn't matter. You just need to check if you got anybody around you who can service these cars, because you're going to be fine. It's absolutely fine. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and please drop me a comment as well. And I'll see you at the next time. Bye!